All right. Would you rather have a castle as a spaceship or be able to deep freeze your friends?
Oh, that's intriguing because there's advantages to both, right? I'm going to say, are you too cold? I'm going to say have a castle as a spaceship because it would be fun. And also, what is it? We return to Transylvania, prepare the transit beam.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Applause.
Very good. Ooh, yes,
I
love it.
thought you liked them. They liked you. They didn't
They
like
didn't
me.
like me. Love it. All right. Very good choice. I would also pick castle. All right. Ooh, would you rather create your Rocky Horror creature to resemble Wayne or to resemble Ryan?
Well, I've been on stage with Ryan for 30 years and live on stage with him for over 20 years. So I'm going to pick Wayne because I've had Ryan inside me and on top of me and below me and
With
every
consent.
which way. I've
Yeah.
really seen him from all four sides, as they say. So I'm going to go with Wayne on that one.
Okay. Wayne it is. Wayne it is.
All right. Nice. All right. Would you rather?
I've probably kissed Wayne more on the TV show.
Oh, that's always good.
And Colin and Wayne, I've probably kissed the most.
Okay.
Is there a best? Who's best? I need a superlative kisser.
Colin, yeah, he's quite good.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather have Frankenfurter's tattoo or wear a corset every day?
Oh, that tattoo's so great.
Right.
It's probably more practical to wear a corset every day.
I mean,
Especially
good
with that,
posture, you know?
right? The strand of pearls. It would so remind me to keep my shoulders back. I'm going to go corset.
Okay. Okay. Corset.
Although I love the tattoo.
Mm.
Do you have any tattoos, Janet? What does he say?
Do
What
you
about
have any
you, Brett?
tattoos?
That's right.
Well-
Certainly not.
How
How about you, Janet?
Oh, well.
All right, here's the next one. Would you rather have a ghost dog
Oh.
like Zero or have two faces like the mayor?
Oh, right, the mayor. Jack. Good. I'm just a poor fish. I think I'd rather have a ghost dog. I really love Zero.
I do too.
Zero is one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Oh,
And my wife always points out, and it's true, it's a Halloween movie with very few bats and cats. There are bats and cats in it. There's a scene with a cat, as you recall, in the alley. And there's her cat. Sally has a cat. And the moon explodes into bats at one point. But there are very few cats and bats in it. And Halloween's generally a catty batty holiday. And our movie somehow gets away with just one or two bats or a few, and then a little bit of cats. Well, there is no cat that is the familiar or anything like that in it.
right.
And most Halloween movies have a cat that talks or a cat that does magic or is your familiar or lots of right. And Nightmare, it's not the cats. It's all the other monsters, which I think is really interesting.
I also am obsessed with Zero's nose, that it's a little pumpkin. That's
right.
His nose, yeah. Zero's nose is there's so many lovely details in it. The rat when he's wearing the Santa hat.
Oh,
and Santa looks at him and the rat looks up at him and he's got the gift in his hand. That part just kills me. And then the very beginning of the movie when we're singing This Is Halloween on the gong parts is when the pumpkins fall on the spires of the fence and they go shunk, 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 shunk on the beat. And that part I just think is sensational. It's heavy on the jack-o'-lanterns. It's got probably more jack-o'-lanterns than any other Halloween movie, including the lead character. Everything's a jack-o'-lantern in it, which is really medieval.
Love it. All right. Next one. Danica?
All right. Would you rather get a shrunken head from Santa Jack or get a man-eating snake from Santa Jack?
I think the man-eating snake, much more useful. You clean up around the house. That scene,
practical,
right? Those two scenes are hilarious at the end, but the one with the snake gets the biggest laugh.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can barely hear the audience because I've got things in my ears, and they're really well in there. They're like on the eardrum because they're singer thingies, to be technical.
Yes, of course.
But you can really hear the audience laugh because that sequence we just sit there and watch, and the orchestra just hammers away behind us because it's all scored, and it's pages and pages of music, including the ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, the whole percussion section gets a workout on the army part, and then there's a siren right when they do the cannon shots, the timpani and the orchestra. It's really cool.
Man,
so,
this is something I need. I feel like I have to see this live at some point
right?
in my existence.
I'm
I need to get out
selling
there.
it. If you could sit where I'm sitting, you could really hear it. But yeah, no, that you'll hear it better in the audience. I'm hearing it all come over me, but you'll hear it like amplified and together. Excuse me. But the kid vibrating while the snake eats the tree, and the fat kid always gets a giant laugh.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
I always feel bad about it too, but it does.
Well, all right. Well, here's the next one. Would you rather, babysit Lock, Shock, and Barrel, or babysit Rocky?
Oh, I think Rocky. Hey, we're all only human here.
True. Okay, Rocky's a good choice, but I feel like he's very fast, and he might get out, and then you have to release the dogs. It could be.
That's part of the excitement.
Okay.
But he might definitely give you a tumble.
Yeah, true.
I believe the only thing he's come to trust. Whereas Lock, Shock, and Barrel, you're going to get a slingshot in the back of your head at some point.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, I'm good on
Although
that.
the bathtub with the feet on it.
Oh, I love that bathtub.
Isn't that fabulous? That's one of the parts of the movie that is like, I don't know how you describe it. It's a bit like a surrealist, but it's also like this neo-expressionist thing, and the German feel to it, but the animation of it, and the fact that they're legs, and that it walks cleverly right off and walks through the screen. I think that that's the end of Act 1 when you see it live. We stop there, and then you go get a beer. And then we pick up Act 2 after that. But that's the end of it. And I always think it's just stunning, that last shot of the bloody bathtub walking down the thing. Is
so good.
It gives it that horror movie thing.
Oh, yeah, big time. Oh,
which is, I think, what was confusing to the viewers of 1993.
Well, fair enough. All right, well, we got...
I made myself hysterical.
Well, we got two more. So, Danica, what you got?
All right. Would you rather take dancing lessons from the criminologist or take sewing lessons from Sally?
Wow, I love the criminologist. And I love his dance too. But Sally is an awesome. Yeah. And then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips. Sally is so, when she jumps off the tower and puts herself back together, that's an extraordinary part of the movie. And people really watch that with a lot of interest. She's, I think, in a million ways, the heart of the picture. So I'm going to pick the criminologist.
Okay. And maybe Sally can join you for some dancing lessons.
Right?
Yeah.
She does two of my favorite moves. At the beginning, when they go, town meeting, the crazy clown on the unicycle.
Oh, yeah.
Shoots by her and she spins.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another time when she spins. Oh, when she gets up and picks up her basket to start walking, she does a awesome move there.
So good. Oh man, I cannot.
I've seen it 100 times now.
You don't say. I definitely need to revisit it. I feel like I haven't watched it in a couple months.
Well,
so
I have to watch it.
Well, we have one final would you rather, and it is: would you rather have a poem about your life written by Tim Burton, or have a score about your life written by Richard O'Brien?
That's a pretty overwhelming choice there, but I'm going to have to pick Richard O'Brien just because, for sentimental reasons. It's such a big part of my growing up.
Yeah, did you ever?
That's being really ungrateful to Tim, isn't it? Since the movie was his idea.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's a choice. You're allowed to make a choice. Life is nothing but choices. That's what my drama teacher told me. I mean, did you ever get into Shock treatment, like the follow up to Rocky Horror?
No. I don't even know if I've ever seen it. Is it
Yeah,
good?
I
haven't seen it.
It's just bizarre because it's different actors, and it's just not the same. It's not the same. I'm sure that there's people that love Shock Treatment the way we love
Right.
Rocky. The music's okay. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's not Rocky Horror, but nothing is. So I guess,
no. But Rocky Horror is a rollicking good comedy. You know, it's a body rock and roll comedy, and that's why I think it has such great appeal to everyone. And horror movie.
Yeah.
And sci-fi movie. But I think, you know, he wanted to do something different at the time, and that Rocky Horror did so well for now there's an underground movie. You know, like I know it was made by a studio, but I don't know how long they had to shoot it. I don't think very long.
I think a few weeks.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I wouldn't say they had more than a month or two at the very most.
Like, look, they didn't even have the set design because, you know, Dr. Scott had to go through a wall because they forgot to put a door there. You know, it's like, at least they reutilized it.
Yeah,
dinner is
and the
prepared.
pool, the endless part of the pool. I don't think they had much budget, and I think it was all about how funny it was, and that brilliantly Jim Sharman did what. There's the dog.
There she is.
What subsequent directors failed to do, which is provide the beats so that the audience could chime in.
Yeah.
The movie's shot with beats so that you can chime in. If you watch it with a no audience, they stop after every punchline, and so you can yell because the stage show had already established. Now there's a million more, of course,
right?
Because it's been so long. But at the beginning, how many there were, they're all included in the movie. So I think, I wanted to love the one with Laverne Cox because I think she's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as funny because they rushed all the bloody jokes. The jokes didn't land, and all the jokes in Rocky Horror land in the movie. Like they'll go, you know, they'll say a line, and Susan Sarandon or whoever or Tim Curry will go, you know, and look right at the camera. You know,
how about that? Right?
Yeah. Like there's so much, and then you know, right? You're wet. Yes, it's raining. Yes, and then she goes, right? Like there's so many jokes, and they're all really good comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry Bostwick is a superb comedian.